was gonna sing that song, but I can't
What?
remember the lyrics.
Oh yeah. That's like the only part that's like replaying over and over in my head right now.
Yeah, I think that's the beginning of the line. I think that's the only thing that I really like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so catchy though. But anyway, let's talk about the film itself first. So yeah, we watched Karthikeya. This is my first time, your second or third time seeing it. But I mean, I thought it was a solid mystery thriller type of film, and pretty grounded in like the tone was pretty serious throughout it. I feel, but it was of course mixed in with some comedy and romance as well. And I mean, I think the performances were pretty good overall. The first time I've seen Nikhil Siddharth as well, and what's her name, Swathi Reddy as well. And yeah, I thought they acted like natural, and I liked Praveen and and that guy. He was one of the other friends. I guess one of the other comedic roles, Satya Kala with the mirror.
Yeah.
Part.
Yeah, that scene. Yeah, I mean that scene is over. I think that scene is the best comedic scene in the entire film.
Yeah.
I think it was just so naturally done. It was so cartoonish. It was so it was. I think if they did like any award, like any awards for a comedy, I think they should give that
comedic scene.
the comedic
like,
scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think that should be that. That should be like really like be one of the nominations in there.
Yeah, yeah. Because he just
Yeah.
just doesn't recognize himself for a split second because he put a bag on his head.
It was so perfect. It was like, and it was to contrast too, because like the whole entire scene was essentially dark.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had a dark.
And he was watching a scary movie or something.
Yeah. And then he had a dark complexion, and then on top of that, he was wearing yellow, right? And then the whole entire scene was kind of like dark yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then it was already set like, and then the things go down at nighttime.
Yeah. And then he has like that white bag, the thing's sticking out. It's like a white bag sticking out. The whole thing. Yeah, it was just perfect, I think.
Yeah. Really funny scene. But yeah, also very funny. Praveen had some good funny facial expressions as well.
It is like his dialogue is pretty funny too, the way he says it, and yeah.
It's really like oh, comedy is your strong suit. Oh, comedy, yeah. But yeah, what I liked about when I was saying like how I had like a grounded, serious tone, it was giving me Sherlock vibes, like the BBC Benedict Cumberbatch Martin Freeman version, and I really like that because they had even the storyline itself, because it was set about something kind of mythical or spiritual a bit, maybe like that everyone thought was that, but it was actually turning out like he went about it. Nikhil's character went about it like logically and reasonably, like how Sherlock would.
Everything has like that. Everything has that. Yeah, everything has a reason. Everything is based on cause and effects. Everything has a purpose or a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked how they linked the so-called like spirituality / religion to reason.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it was interesting that they were trying to. They were not necessarily trying to like like say everything is myth, but they were trying to break the myth around the belief. Yeah. Like they acknowledge that there's belief, and that is your it's funny too, like actually not coming to that point, the sign or the government official that essentially was like support or trying to bring awareness in the community about like these temples and the temple destructions and all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, he's the actual villain.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Did see that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the build up to it, and I thought it could have gone in any direction towards that part where he finally goes to the temple, like swims across. Like I thought it could have been like I don't know, he would like swim to the temple and then find out something in there, or I thought maybe I don't know why he would just once he would start swimming, like he would be just a completely different world that
I mean,
played
even
into that mythical
the thing is,
factor. But
even before that, like what I'm trying to say is that when in the beginning of the movie, I think it starts off with him, right? In the beginning of the movie,
yeah, when they're
uh,
well when he was writing the story, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like after
Well, the
the,
author was writing the story and he called him, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of starts off with him, like when the police officer comes and he's talking about this. It comes
Right.
off really sincere and like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm trying to like he comes off very like calm, very understanding, very like
Yeah, willing to help.
willing to help
Yeah,
in
yeah.
any case, I guess.
Mhm.
I thought that was interesting because the government official turned out to be the actual villain
Yeah.
at the end that's actually selling the selling out
The temple.
the temple,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. But I liked how they kind of stuck with the whole kind of serious, grounded approach to it, like maintaining that kind of Sherlock vibe. I felt.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think you would see that in a Sherlock film though, or like
well,
Sherlock thing, like as in
yeah.
like that kind of twist.
Actually, no, you would, because I
Yeah.
mean, to me, it reminded me of like a few of the stories, the episodes that they were based off of the stories.
Mm.
Like there's one, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Spoiler alert. In the Abominable Bride, like they made like a separate episode for them, and it was like
Hmm.
kind of back into the past because Sherlock was like on like a drug bend, and he was like going back and forth, like trying to figure out things in the present with Moriarty coming back. But anyway, when they were going into the past and that, like the thing was the bride was a ghost, so people thought because she died, and then they thought she came back to life as a ghost, and
Hmm.
then like killed her husband, and then became like a legend almost like
Right.
that she would like lived on to kill other bad husbands.
Okay.
But then it turns out like he finds out like there were a lot of women fed up with
Oh.
with Ben
Right.
being that
Right.
way, and
That's
they
such a
took it
huge
upon
scale.
themselves. Yeah, and they took upon themselves basically to like dress up as her and like do all these kind of
That
little
sounds like
like
a
mind
cult.
tricks and things. I mean, it was a it. I guess you could almost see it that way,
Yeah.
but they all just got together because yeah, they're fed up with their husbands and men being like that, and but that was the thing. Everyone thought they were ghosts,
Right.
but at the end, yeah, you find out that he Sherlock solved the case, and he found out like, oh yeah, there were actual people behind this. There's no ghost or whatever.
No, I mean what I meant by
But
that. What I meant by the twist is that like it's a I think because since it was a like a really realistic scenario,
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
you
You
know,
wouldn't think
yeah,
that
because
he
I mean
would
the
be
thing is
behind it.
the people already know something's up, but no
Yeah,
one's really willing to talk about it simply
yeah,
because there were deaths around the topic. Even if
yeah,
someone just if anyone if like the way they showed it in the movies, like if anyone talked anything positive or anything
hmm,
about like opening up the temple,
yeah,
right, they were getting killed,
yeah, yeah,
right? So it was almost too obvious, like
yeah,
like I mean, given the fact that it's a serious tone, given the fact that it's a realistic
hmm,
scenario, like someone's killing you guys,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
it's not that was it wasn't much of a surprise
yeah.
that there was a killer,
Hmm.
but it was just the fact that like
It was him.
it was him that was
Yeah,
the interesting part,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
It's an interesting twist, and like his reasoning why he did it, and like how he had help taking people out and things, and
Hmm.
got people involved, and yeah, it was like a all in the background. Yeah, it was like all under the rug, just when
Hmm.
things, and you wouldn't expect it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that doesn't quite correlate to what I was talking about.
yeah.
I don't know if we'll keep that in or not. That was a bit
No, it's fine.
tangent. Okay.
No, it's fine.
um, but yeah, still, I really liked it, and I thought that yeah, at the end, it felt like it was a good setup to what might be more films of Karthikeya, like a new franchise even. So, I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if there's going to be a third
interesting.
one like after the second one, but I mean, I if they're going to be like this, then yeah, I'd love to
I
see
mean,
more
there's
of
a
them.
lot of
So,
yeah, as I mean, this thing evolves. Like there's a lot of potential to this in that sense. Like
hmm,
him being as him being a science person or like a doctor,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, he's going to be a
Yeah,
doctor in the
doctor,
second one. He got his degree at the end of this.
yeah.
So, and they're
That
going to
didn't really,
Goa, they said.
yeah, at the end
Yeah,
of the
they were
film.
like going on a
So
trip
I mean,
or
we'll see
something like that.
if they really do start from that,
Yeah, yeah.
or like somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But
I don't like watching spoiler like trailers or like reading too much into films, new films that come out because I feel like they spoil too much. So I don't. So I really have no idea of what the second one is going to be about. Not really. So yeah, but so yeah, I'm excited to see where it could go in the second one. If there's going to be more by the end of the second, if they say like, oh yeah, there's an opening possibility for a sequel. But yeah, and also okay, talking about the music, um, it wasn't not a lot of dance numbers in it, but I didn't mind that because I felt if they put any kind of dance songs or item songs, even like even just one, I feel it would have taken me out a bit of the story
because they
because it wouldn't have fit that serious tone.
yeah,
as much,
it wouldn't have fit that serious tone. It would have made it very. But I feel like it. Yeah, I mean, it's
I mean, because like maybe the only chance I could see or like opening they could put one in is they had some scenes where they're all hanging out at night and drinking, talking together, and hanging out. Sure, maybe there could be. I could see that. Like yeah, they're just partying among friends, but then it would jump right back into the seriousness.
It would kind of throw away.
Maybe someone like died right at the end of the song or something.
It would be a throw. It would kind of. It wouldn't have like. I think there was a. I think that's the hard part about this film, I guess maybe because you know how we were saying like, oh, this is like the main realistic aspect of it. Yeah. Not many films out, or at least around that time, they were like that. Around 2014, like this was unique enough that I mean that's part of the reason that this movie was pretty unique to its time.
Yeah, yeah.
No one has made like a movie about like mixing science, or they were trying to actually. Yeah, around 2014 there were a lot of movies that were in between like science and religion. They really tried to like make that a thing.
Yeah, like a kind of different genre they're taking on instead of
they're really
fantastical with the love stories with a bunch of songs.
I mean around that time if I think about it, I think Gopala was out too. That was basically like Pawan Kalyan, like in Hindi there was this movie like Oh My God.
Oh yeah, with Akshay Kumar and can't remember the other comedian's name.
And then that was a huge hit. And then I think around the same time you had Sitama Makito Cinema Chittu, like Mahesh Babu Venkatesh, like there was a multi-character or multi-star films that were coming out.
Yeah,
like but it was all based on this like notion of like religion and science and like you had like a village kind of person that would like really be like religious and all that stuff, and you have like a city person that's very uptight and like scientific and everything.
Yeah. Once
like there was always like a rivalry between those two. And then they would make like science win, or like they would try to make something like logical about whatever is being done. But so it came around the same time, but this was most like realistic, while those are more like, again, like they were very like very commercial and like fantasy kind of world. And this was very like super realistic and like they added, it makes you even question if there's actually a place called Subrahmanyapura, or like in that, if the king really existed and this actually happened. Like the famine came, and then the king prayed to the Subramania Swami, and and all that story. You can question it easily. Like it's like, did it really happen?
Yeah.
But I thought that was that's something. But you don't see anything like that around that time.
Oh, like so that's how this like stuck out.
Yeah. They really like they made it almost like really like archaeologically. It looks very like an archaeological site. Like the locations and everything, the temple and all that, and really like so you can actually question, is it really based on true story? of course, what they did is probably fictional, but like the basis of it, right? Because they go to this monastery, right, where they're and then meet this monk, all right, and he tells a story and everything, right? So because there are a lot of temples in India that they have a lot of crazy backstories. Like,
Really?
yeah, we always hear like
Similar to this?
yeah, similar to this. Like, I mean,
Oh,
I wouldn't say too similar, like because
not too like dramatic or in
yeah, not to
nature.
be too
Yeah,
dramatic, but
yeah.
there was one like temple that as the sun rises, right? They have windows in the so with the temple,
Yeah.
they have windows inside that, right? And then like the when the sun rises, it goes each I think each hour
Mhm.
you can see the sun from
From those
from
windows.
those windows
Yeah.
at that in that
Yeah. So
progression.
they definitely thought
So
of
they're
that
really so they
when
really
they
calculated
created it.
that kind
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
there was some pillar, or there are pillars in some temple. I don't know if it's one pillar or many pillars. It's not attached to the top, but it's
Mhm.
still floating on the bottom. So if you I saw a video where this guy was like sliding a paper. He
Mhm.
was sliding a paper right through the bottom of the pillar,
Oh,
and it's not attached to the top,
wow.
right? So there's some
I have to see a picture of that. Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta
that's
show me after this.
yeah, I saw some
Yeah.
video somewhere like on TikTok or Reels or something.
Yeah.
But those. So what I'm trying to say is there are temples that have these interesting facts about them,
Hmm.
and no one knows how, or not necessarily no one knows, but like a lot of it is gone throughout history
Yeah.
because of what happened.
Yeah.
They say it, and they're like the Mughal invasions and like the European invasion that happened.
Yeah. Especially if there weren't any records kept, or if
Yeah,
people simply, yeah, because then if no one kept any records, then the
yeah,
only other way is like orally, like
orally,
talking.
yeah, yeah.
Then
I
if
mean,
no one
before,
spoke
yeah,
about
yeah.
it enough, then
Mm.
easily, yeah, it could just dissipate,
Disappear,
disappear.
and yeah, no one's so
So
yeah.
yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the
But
thing though. Like,
that is interesting. So that's how probably what Chandoo Mondeti thought of like for the film, because he also wrote this, I think, and for the
okay,
second one, he directed
mm-hmm.
and wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
So he must have thought like about all of that, like what
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
maybe.
I mean, because
Probably.
the thing is, see, even in temples, right?
Yeah.
They keep it to an extent. Like, you see that, of course, it's very calculated. You can tell that
Mhm.
if someone's building
Yeah,
something,
it's purposeful.
it was
Yeah,
purposeful.
yeah.
So at that point,
But I mean,
there's
yeah,
somewhat there
there's so many
there's
places
actual
now.
calculation. It's not like it's not like someone just like imagine and then think something just appear over there.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
nothing like that. So
Yeah.
um,
But.
so it is. So it's not. So it is logic based.
Mhm.
That's basically what. And I think that's the approach they were taking
Yeah. Yeah.
throughout the film. It was that like again they
They're
were
kind of building off of that.
yeah, they were building
Yeah.
off of that
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was a lot of the focus was on making that belief into a myth,
Hmm.
right? So if you just make random mythical stuff around it, people will automatically like assume the rest of it is also a myth too.
Yeah.
But then but then these were they were, I mean, but they were trying to like break that myth
Hmm.
and then say, okay, this is belief and this is myth.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so I thought that was interesting
Yeah.
uh, about the film itself.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
Dang. Yeah. It really makes you think. Put into perspective, like how much thought just goes into it all.
yeah, it's
Like
crazy. Like this
the whole
movie,
background, like
yeah, it's a
research
lot of
things you
hard work and it's a lot
have to
of
do to
mhm.
put it all together.
Especially
Yeah.
when you have less access to information.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just Google this and be like, oh, it's up here.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
you
of
had to
course, in
really
2014 had Google, but
even
finding
to
this
yeah,
specific stuff,
finding this
you're
kind
not
of
gonna
stuff.
find
Like,
a whole
yeah, yeah.
lot. Yeah. You
So
might
like, I
not.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Even if you're able to like find people that are experts in this kind of stuff,
mhm.
it doesn't mean that they have all the knowledge or like facts to prove these kinds
Mhm.
of things. Because like we were saying, yeah, if it wasn't written and then the only other way was speaking about it, but it wasn't spoken, then you got nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, yeah. I guess we should end it there. But yeah, I'm just psyched for the second one. I'm pumped for the second one now to see like, how it's
I
gonna
don't
come
know.
out. Like,
I mean, everyone's saying it's a hit right now.
Yeah.
The talk is that
dude,
it's a hit.
I saw it was like 9.8 out of 10 on IMDb right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen
wow.
a film rated that. I mean, I'm assuming it's just because like first day or two, like rating so high, and then it'll like come down as like more critics and reviews are flowing in. But yeah, I'm psyched for it. So also having no other knowledge about the second one besides seeing this first one, just that as like my only kind of reference of what the second one will be like. Yeah. But I'm hoping it'll have also some good music because that song Intelo Yenani.
Is it the same? Is it the same music director for this?
I don't think so. Actually, I mean I'll have to check, but I'm not sure. But yeah, the music director in this was really good. Jacob Chandra Bose, and he did the song I danced to recently, the Suhas for writer Padma Bhushan. This film coming up. The that dance, like he produced that song. And,
yeah.
And he produced that other Adi song I did, the Sicharam and Nutana Mohan, the Paguntadi Nuvu Navite. That
yeah.
God, that song. But yo, this one, Intelo Yeneni Vintelo, was like, I knew that was a hit of the song of the film.
Yeah,
song of the film for sure.
Really nice.
Easily.
Nice song. I mean.
Yeah, it was like so. It was like so good. It was just so relaxing and catchy. And I really liked Nilesh Iyer. Yeah, Nilesh Iyer's voice, and also the female version, Chinmay, that like singing that, and I like the difference. Like she was like gliding like with the notes, like it still felt relaxing, but that was like one difference I picked up on the way they were singing it, and but also Nilesh, like his voice had this kind of romantic command presence, like which was really good because it paired so well with Nikhil, being the hero and all, and it just really blended well with that kind of vibe that they were going for. And the I was thinking like it would be such a good song, and they kind of did already, like coincidentally in the film, playing it like as they filmed it. Playing the song as it came on as they were driving, like on the scooty, in the forest. Like it was it was set perfectly for that kind of environment. And then like in Connecticut, thankfully, we have that same kind. The highways, all the trees surrounding the highways. Yeah, it's like perfect to play that in the car around here.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to. That's one thing I with those songs. They always like make songs that are very like, or like at least a picturization of the video songs and everything.
Yeah,
it's they always go to like these foreign locations and like this.
Yeah,
like outside of the world. And Connecticut itself, it really looks like Europe.
It does, yeah. Parts,
so
sure,
it really gets me trippy when I'm listening to songs and I'm just like going somewhere to the park or just so like I'm not on world like just lost. Like I'm almost feeling like I'm inside the song.
Yeah, for sure.
And people just look at me like a weirdo. Like I'm really isolate myself. I'm just listening to songs and. Like why you always want to be alone? Like, like what kind of psycho are you?
If you heard the songs I was listening to right now, you'd understand. But yeah, it's crazy how they do that. Like filming outside of the country, out of India, and having these songs. But people like, because we're like miles and miles away, but it still feels like it's gotta feel like kind of being almost transported back to there for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah. It just does that. So
yeah, it's crazy,
interesting.
But yeah, definitely looking forward to playing that in the car as we're driving on our way to see Karthikeya too. So that's coming soon. We're gonna go see that and then tell you our thoughts. But yeah, let us know what your thoughts were of the first Karthikeya, and I guess please like, comment, subscribe, and suppose that's it. I'm just psyched to see the second one now. I just want to go. All right. Yeah. Good night. Have a good day, everyone. We're out.